And now, the new caribou, the Honorable Sir David, Emperor of Salt Lake City, Sultan of Utah, Spiritual Advisor to Questioning Mormons, the Bard Extraordinaire, Supreme Being, Alpha and Omega. Here's David.
Thank you. So many kangaroos. I appreciate you lining up for hours in the rain and not jumping out of line. Okay, have I got a flashing news story for you today. I know the Mormons did not take Mitt Romney losing very sportsmanlike. There are also some flags hung upside down in Utah from the tragedy of the white and delightsome Mormon biting the dust and the Negro man running the country. They just can't believe it. Their revelation said it was Romney's time, the Mormon time, and the people said, no, we don't think so. We speak louder than your God does. So anyway, I have my light on bright because Allison is reading in my room here. And I thought she was right behind me here on top of the little desk by the safe behind the degree. I couldn't see her. How'd she get out? The door was shut. The window was shut here in my basement apartment in Australia. So I opened the door to the cabinet underneath. She's so tiny. She's in there reading. I've got to leave my light on. So, lighting director, leave the light on today. So anyway, here's the story of the day. Now this one brought a chuckle to me. You know, it's kind of like Homie the Clown. It makes me chuckle. Anyway, there was a bank robbery today in Connecticut, and there was nothing that unusual about it. Now, I know the Mormons. I was one for 50 years, and I resigned after I really got to know the Mormons and their church. I'm a slow reader. But anyway, this guy ran into the Wells Fargo bank. Now, we got to be careful here on our Philippine children's donation, okay? It's in a Wells Fargo bank. My luck! At random, I choose Wells Fargo, and sure enough, they're being robbed now because they're trying to get your money. Well, there's nothing unusual about a bank robbery, I guess. Guy had a gun, and he robbed all 5 tellers and took the money and ran. Now, here's what's unusual about this story. The video camera picked up the culprit. You'll never guess. A multimillionaire, so he says, but suddenly he's unemployed, he has no job, and Obama's going to bomb the Cayman Islands, and the Swiss banks have just finally, after hundreds of years, turned around and said, we're not going to hide American money anymore, so Mitt Romney is grabbing his money out of the Swiss bank. It was Mitt Romney robbing the bank. Now this is a poor loser, folks. This is a very poor loser. Now, some of the bank employees said he had a mask on. Whose face was behind the mask? Well, there's the rest of the story. So I'm going to finish the story now, okay? The Bard is taking, not political license. What is the word, folks? Damn, I just hate getting old. I used to have a vocabulary. Literary license, okay? I'm going to finish the story. Okay. Here's what happened. Mitt was running down the street, just chugging away. Well, the Connecticut police ran him down in a police car, captured him, and put him in handcuffs in the back of the car. Well, when Mitt was being captured and handcuffed, he screamed, I have a right to privacy. Do not touch my mask. Now, I don't know. He might have seen a lot of old Lone Ranger videos, TV shows. They didn't have videos back then. And Batman. You don't pull on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger. And you don't mess around with Jim. There we go. That's an old song, folks. Anyway, it's a young song to me, but it was 70 years ago. Anyway, they captured Mitt. Threw him in the back of the police car in handcuffs. Well, they take him into the police station, and they start to question him. And he's handcuffed in a chair there. And they try to go over, and it looked like they're going to pull his mask off to see who this guy really was. Well, he lawyered up. And the lawyer came in and goes, "Don't touch his mask." So the police were scared. They didn't want to touch his mask. So you can fingerprint him, but don't touch his mask. So anyway, they fingerprinted him, and it went off, high priority off there to the Homeland Security, and they're still waiting for Mitt mask to come off to see who this robber really was. Well, here's the surprise, folks, okay? Mitt Romney, as you know, lost the presidential nomination. He'd already quit Bain, so he had no job. He went back to be with Marriott, the two of them producing and distributing, distributing pornography, one of the greatest, largest purveyors of pornography in the world, in the Marriott hotel chain. So Mitt quit just before he ran for president, so people wouldn't say he was doing the porno thing, but he went back doing the porno thing. Well, he didn't get his first paycheck yet. And Romney's wife, she's pissed. She's pissed. She's used to having a very important man. Well, he moved to look, out of the closet.
I need a pencil.
A pencil? Honey, look over here. I don't see a pencil. All I see are pens.
Can I borrow sister's pencil?
Yeah, go. Go borrow sister's. Goodbye. I told you she was here. I told you she was here. You never believe me. So Mitt moved to a $12 million mansion down in La Jolla, down there in California. I don't know if he still has his house up there in Massachusetts. But I used to live in Massachusetts, over in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, and also Lenox, Massachusetts. Okay, back in the closet. Don't show this to any social workers. The baby's in the closet reading. You can come out here, Allison, and read. Do you want to come out here?
No.
No? Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, well, this $12 million mansion, it had its first house payment due on it shortly after Mitt lost the race. Well, anyway, a long story short, he's sitting there with the mask on, and the police are trying to figure out who this character really is so they can book him in his own name and everything. And here's the surprising thing. The FBI came back with the fingerprints and said, "It's Mitt Romney." And the police said, "It's a Mitt Romney mask. Whose fingerprints were it? Is it? Are it? It's Mitt Romney's fingerprints." Now the attorney, he's smart. He's a Mormon attorney. And he goes, "That is subjective. Fingerprints are not an identical identification. And I'm asking my client to leave his mask on." Mitt turns to his attorney and goes, "Holy shit. Can I keep my garments on too?" Now the police are all over there. It's somebody wearing garments, and it's somebody that has Mitt's fingerprints. And it's clever as hell. And one of the young police officers who doesn't understand attorney jargon reaches over, grabs the mask, rips it off, and guess whose face was under the mask? Mitt Romney! That's the most clever robbery I have ever seen in my life. Put your own mask on your own face. No one will be looking for the Mitt Romney person. They'll be looking for someone who was trying to be disguised as Mitt Romney. Well, anyway, the rest of the story is that the Mormon lawyers got him off. When he changed his garments, skid marks was not the word that his wife used. She burned those garments, and they were brand new. So anyway, there's the Mitt Romney barge story. Half of it's true, some of it's not true. Let me give you can read for yourself, which, oh God, did I do this again? I thought I had, yeah, here it is, okay. Here it is on the Daily News today. It says an armed man in a Mitt Romney mask robs a Wells Fargo bank in Virginia. I'm sorry, I said it was Connecticut. Virginia. And so there's a picture here of Mitt Romney running with what do they say? He has who also wore a Florida State sweatshirt. He collected the cash, and there he is running like hell. It looks like Mitt Romney to me, folks, but you know, who am I? Who am I? I'm just I'm just the messenger here. Don't kill the messenger. So anyway, we have a fun going for the Filipino children that are hungry. I may have to set something up for Mitt. I don't know. Is he going to be okay? I hope he's going to be okay, because the money you're sending here is going to the Philippines. It ain't going to the Mormon church, and it ain't going to Mitt Romney. It ain't buying garments, and it's not paying for electricity on a damn mall. It's going to children who really need the money and appreciate it, and I appreciate it. Go to my front page, the New Caribou channel. Over on the right, you'll see a couple of places there that you can click with PayPal and credit cards, and whatever you can do. Whatever you can do, you know. And you know, I have to tell the truth here. I had a video on it that said all the donations so far have been female. And it was true. Now it's not. One guy manned up. And he wrote a check for more than all the females. So I have a gender going on here, okay? So anyway, I appreciate him, and Allison saw that, and Allison was in the last report waiting for the check the other guy promised to send her. So anyway, if you can help with the Philippine kids, please do. If you can't, I understand. I've been there, done that. It's all I can do to take care of myself and my kids. Thank you so much.